Hello, welcome to ErebosGamingHD. This is our 7th video, I think. So what we're going to be doing here today is I'm going to just show you which fight I'm picking, and then I'm just going to skip forward to the fight. So I just wanted to show you sort of the reasoning behind what I'm picking here. So I'm just going to choose the highest rated one, I think, here, because none of them near the top are actual inside fighters. I'd have to end up fighting like that guy that's ranked 41. So if I just pick this Hugh Margarito guy, he's conventional, he's quite tall, should be quite a good fight and should be a good test. So here we go, here's the fight. So this guy, as you can see, he's about similar height to me, he's not much difference. He's conventional, he's not an inside fighter, so it could be quite a difficult fight, this one. It's not going to be the standard, just being able to walk back and plant them on the face as they come forward as such. It shouldn't be that easy. I mean, I'm just going to use a few more jabs and, just try and sort of weaken him over time. Hopefully I should still get the knockout. So, well, let's just see how it goes. It's a good test, really. It's it's one of them things. If I can beat this guy comfortably, then I shouldn't have to worry about choosing inside fighters from now on. I should be able to just fight anybody. And I'm fairly certain that I think one of the Klitschko's is the champion on this, or at least close to the champion. He's definitely in the game, and I don't want to come across him and get absolutely floored. So I need to make sure I can take out people with a good height. So you can see I'm just being really sensible about it. I'm just using the jab, letting him throw a few punches while I'm up close, and hopefully letting him waste a few punches. And that's just basically how this fight's going to go down. Just jabs, 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 and more jabs. And then when I fancy it, I'll stick a right hand in and hopefully finish him off with that. I don't mind how long these fights take as such. I don't mind. I've sort of got the patience. I don't want to lose just because I'm rushing in and trying to go for a knockout that I can't get. I don't know what this guy's like. I haven't checked his stats. I don't know if he's got a good punch or a good chin, or I don't really know anything about the guy. So always dangerous when you do that. I should start really looking at the fighters before I go in and sort of seeing what I need to look out for. If by chance I do lose a fight, then I'll certainly start to do that from then on. And that's a good right hook. Good counter there. Oh. Now, I don't know exactly when I'm going to start doing the 10 rounders. I assume fairly soon. These 6 rounders are getting a little bit tedious now, in all honesty. Once you start getting into the 10 round fights, it's not long before you start getting a title, and then once I get the title, then I'll start having mandatory defences, and they're always more difficult fights than actually winning the belt. I think some of them mandatories can be really difficult, and it's not playing against characters that already exist in the game, like Klitschko, Tyson, Marciano. You might think, yeah, they're going to be tough, but in all honesty, they're not that bad, because I'm so used to playing those sort of fighters anyway that I sort of know what the good and bad attributes are of the character. But when you fight player-made characters, computer-generated characters like this guy, for example, they can be a bit more difficult because you don't know where the stats are placed. They might be stupid stats like full left uppercut and full right hook or something, and then before you know it, you've got an uppercut and a right hook on your face and you're on the floor. Or they might have like a ridiculously high chin or ridiculously high body resistance with the heart, and you don't know how that's going to play out. I'm not saying I know the Mike Tyson and Marciano stats off by heart, but I just know, that when they come forward, they do the same sort of moves, they do the same moveset. Even on greatest of all time, in fact. And this guy's getting absolutely leathered. If this was a 10 rounder, this guy'd certainly be going down. I don't know. Obviously, I'm taking it quite easy, and there were some nice shots. And that was mainly set up by the jab, because it stunned him, that jab, and he was just set up for the right hand. It works a treat. It works a treat in online fights as well. But that's why I don't use tall fighters in online, because I just find it too easy to beat people with just the jab straight. I mean, if I made a world championship character and I went, these sort of stats, I don't think I'd lose, purely because it's too easy to beat people when they just come forward and you can just keep jabbing them and then straight them. I just don't like it. I don't like it when people do it to me, so that's why I normally pick inside fighters. The reason I didn't pick an inside fighter for this was purely because I wanted it to be something different to what I normally do. could be considered easy, but it's not so easy when, you know, you get a guy that comes up close and you're gassed out. There's just nothing you can do to keep him away. And them jabs are doing some serious damage. This is the most damage I've done with jabs, I think, in all the fights I've had. I'm definitely going to keep working on the jab. Definitely going to keep upgrading the stats for it, making sure that it doesn't get any weaker, that's for sure. Not that it would, of course. And we're coming about halfway through the fight now. Well, we're approaching it at least. And as far as stamina and health are concerned, I'm certainly in good stead for that. I'm not going to be getting gassed out by the looks of things. Maybe start thinking about some power shots soon. But I don't know, this guy, he hasn't really changed much. He's just doing the same thing, coming in with his hands up and then dropping them to throw body shots or throwing them to the head. And he seems to be quite easy to catch, even though he is a conventional, relatively tall fighter, really. He's not a small guy. He seems small compared to my dude, but there's them jabs are just absolutely annihilating him. I'm trying to do some of them step back power straights every now and again, but one thing I've noticed on Greatest of All Time is if you do try that too many times, he seems to sort of get clever to it, and you know, they'll let you waste your stamina all day. You can't go at sort of Greatest of All Time characters because they just go into like a defensive shell and you can't do nothing about it. The only way you can beat them, knock them down, is by catching them with counters and catching them almost on the break, if you will, you know, when they're coming for you. Get out of there and do damage. If that right-handed had landed there, he'd have been on the floor, but he didn't. He's grabbing as he should. The reason why I'm standing close to him, you might think, why is he standing close? I'm standing close because then he'll start throwing punches. They won't start throwing punches if you're further away and they're weak. They just won't bother. So you need to stand close to him, let them throw, and then hopefully, you know, catch him with a good counter. Especially when he's sort of low health like that, they're not going to throw unless you're right in front of him, and that hurt, man. Ouch. He shouldn't be able to knock me down. Fucking little shitbag. Just keep defending. You can see I'm releasing my block and then bringing it up every time they punch, and then that's keeping them off me. That's the one thing people don't do on Greatest of All Time, and you really need to get in the habit of doing it, is when they're throwing punches out, you don't just keep your guard up, you raise your guard and drop your guard as need be, and that keeps your guard strong. It saves you just getting absolutely pummeled. Oh, this guy can go soon. This guy should go very soon. He's just in his defensive shell. Look, he won't come out of that until his health's reasonably high. There you go, you know. Even though I was standing right in front of him, he just refused to fire off any shots. Ooh, come on, that was so close. All I need to land is just a couple of good right hands and this guy's going to sleep. Ooh, come on. It's actually quite fun doing this legacy mode, in all honesty, guys. If anyone hasn't already played it, or if you just sort of overlooked it like I did, then I would certainly recommend giving it a go. It's more fun than the campaign, that's for sure, because you sort of make your own campaign in a sense. It's always fights. There's never anything stupid like fighting with one hand or anything ridiculous like that. You just play and that's it. I don't know, I should be able to knock this guy out. I think I'm still on course for that. I've got him low enough times. Wow. Both got punched in the head there. I'm just finding my range, you know, just hopefully if I can keep this up, then he shouldn't be able to last too much longer. Wow. I don't know. See, if I was a shorter range character, then he'd have certainly gone down, because I did them the left right hook to the head. There's not a lot of fighters that can take that. When they're already sort of reasonably weak, of course, not just straight off the bat. That's the end of round 4. This guy's taking an absolute pummeling. There's no way this guy's in the lead. I won the first 3 from the scorecards that we saw, so there's absolutely no way this guy's beating me. He's actually getting a little bit more aggressive now, believe it or not. He's actually coming in a bit more. Maybe that's just because it's the start of the round, or I don't really know why they're doing that. I was hoping he'd keep that up. Look at them, just 2 jabs. He throws 2 punches, 2 jabs hit him in the face. He lands nothing, loses stamina, loses health. And it's just beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to do, even. Not to watch. It's just one of those things. You just watching the shoulders, you see him come forward, you land the jab, and then you see him throw again, you land the other jab, and even sometimes he stuns him enough to land the straight hand after. And you know, the double jab right hand is, you know, probably one of my favourite combinations in this game, at least. In real boxing, I don't know what my favourite combination would be. Possibly, I don't know, left right hooks. I do like that, but not wild. You know, like I like how Tyson used to fight. You know, he'd come in, he'd duck under the shots, and then he'd, you know, stick a left on your chin, and then if you go full one way, then he'd stick a right on your chin, and that was it. Most people were going to sleep. And that's obviously in real life. I doubt Mike Tyson's watching this, but you know, I'm a big fan. So this guy needs to fall down. He's got good defense. He's got really good defense. All he do is just land a couple of clean shots. You see that stun there? You see how it stunned him when I jabbed him? That's what I need. I need more of that, more of them stuns, and I'll get more of those the higher I raise my jab. This guy should go down at least this round. You see what I mean? How defensive they are. It's so difficult to break the guard. Oh, I should have saw that coming and capitalised on that. It's a shame I didn't get him down there, to be honest. Should have gone down there. So now I've got to knock him down about 3 or 4 times this round to finish him off. Or perhaps I can only knock him down once or twice, and perhaps that'll knock him out. I don't know, his health is quite low, but his stamina's good, and he might have good heart, so I don't know how easy it's going to be. He's making it a bit more of a fight now. You see what I mean? If I'd have played like this from the start, this guy'd probably be in the lead, because I'm sort of playing it and getting a little bit tired. I've used a big portion of my stamina just in that last round, and if I'd have done that from the start, there'd be no way. There'd be no way of me winning this if I was playing like I was last round, all fight. I'd just end up getting knocked out. Oh, so close then. I'm just going wild now. You know, when I get close to him, he just doesn't seem to want to do anything. This guy doesn't not want to get knocked out. Oh, that's it, that's it, that's it. Yes, sit down. Sit down, boyo. Look at that for a lovely little punch to the nose. He did not like that. Almost fell out the ring. And I don't understand why they call it a ring either. It's not even a ring. It's a square. But who knows? The squared circle, as they call it. It is strange really when you think about it. Whoever thought of it? Unless it originally was a ring in times gone by, which I assume it was. They probably made it a square to accompany the corners and the rounds and all that. Right, come on, I've got to knock this guy down. Again. Hopefully one more knockdown might finish him, depending on how good his heart is. No idea. Come on. Jab straight. Jab straight. Come on, jab straight. Alright, that's it. He's going. No, he dodged. How did he dodge that? He's going. Sit down. Fucking hell. Yeah, he's sitting in the corner, man. Ooshed. In the face. And then he goes for a sit down, and he's still laying there. Come on, don't get up. Oh, fuck. Oh, what? He got saved by the bell. That's unbelievable. Ah, well. Okay, well, you got saved by the bell. At least we won. Quite convincingly there. Good punch stats. Good counter stats. I didn't throw any right uppercuts, left uppercuts. I didn't even throw any power shots there, actually, according to the stats. Anyway, I'm not sure why. I'm sure I threw a few power right hands in that one, but it says I didn't. So that's the end of that fight, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully next time I'll knock the guy out. So I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.